We, the SANONS, are pretty happy to offer a Bible-based answer to each question in this article. Why seek advice? Theme text: wisdom belongs to those who seek advice. Proverbs 13 verse 10. Focus: what we must do to benefit fully from the advice we receive. Question 1. How can we make wise decisions and have our plans succeed? Proverbs 13 verse 10, 15-22. Our Bible-based response. Based on Proverbs 13 verse 10 and Proverbs 15 verse 22, we can succeed by humbly seeking advice and surrounding ourselves with wise counselors. This teaches us that Jehovah blesses our decisions when we cultivate modesty and accept guidance from those who base their counsel on His Word. Question 2. What does Jehovah promise to do for us? Our Bible-based response. As described in Psalm 32 verse 8, Jehovah promises to give us advice while keeping His eye upon us, showing that He is personally interested in our life. This reassures us that His counsel is never generic but tailored with love, guiding us step by step. Question 3. What will we consider in this article? Our Bible-based response. According to Job 37, verse 16, Jehovah is perfect in knowledge, and with that wisdom, in this article, we will use God's Word to help answer 4 questions. 1. What qualities must I have if I want to benefit from good advice? 2. Who can give me good advice? 3. How can I keep an open mind and heart? 4. Why should I avoid asking others to make decisions for me? What qualities must I have? Question 4. If we are to benefit from good advice, what qualities must we have? Our Bible-based response. As described in Micah 6 verse 8 and 1 Peter 5 verse 5, we must show humility and modesty, recognizing our limitations. This opens our heart to Bible-based advice that can protect us and strengthen our relationship with Jehovah. Question 5. What achievements could have made King David become proud? Our Bible-based response. Based on 1 Samuel 17 verse 50 and 1 Samuel 18 verse 7, David could have allowed his victories, fame, and being chosen by Jehovah to make him proud. Instead, he remained approachable and willing to listen, reminding us that even with blessings, we must remain humble. Question 6. How do we know that David welcomed advice? See also picture. Our Bible-based response. As described in 1 Samuel 25 verses 32-34, David listened to Abigail's wise words, avoiding blood guilt. According to 1 Chronicles 27 verses 32-34, he also surrounded himself with advisors, showing that humility enabled him to value counsel from different sources. Question 7. What lessons can we learn from David's example? Ecclesiastes 4 verse 13, see also pictures. Our Bible-based response. Based on Ecclesiastes 4 verse 13, we learn that wisdom is better than greatness without humility. David's example teaches us to always remain teachable, no matter our authority or talents, so that we avoid costly mistakes and enjoy Jehovah's blessing. Who can give me good advice? Question 8. Why was Jonathan qualified to give advice to David? Our Bible-based response. According to 1 Samuel 20 verses 9-13, Jonathan's deep relationship with Jehovah and his personal experience with Saul made him a reliable advisor. This highlights that good advice comes from those with both spiritual maturity and practical insight. Question 9. Who should be consulted when we need advice? Explain. Proverbs 13 verse 20. Our Bible-based response. As described in Proverbs 13 verse 20, walking with the wise helps us become wise. Therefore, when making important decisions, we consult spiritually mature ones with Jehovah's perspective and experience, rather than relying only on peers who lack such depth. Question 10. What will we now consider? Our Bible-based response. So far, we have discussed 2 qualities that we must have as well as who can give us good advice. Now we will consider why we must keep an open mind and heart and whether we should ask others to make decisions for us. How can I keep an open mind and heart? Questions 11 and 12. Part A. Sometimes, what might we do? Part B. What did King Rehoboam do when he had to make an important decision? Our Bible-based response. According to 1 Kings 12 verses 2 to 7, Rehoboam began by seeking wise counsel from older men but later rejected it, preferring the advice of his peers. This warns us that sometimes we may seek advice only to confirm what we already want to do. As described in 1 Kings 12 verses 16 to 19, the outcome of such a choice brought division and hardship. We must keep an open mind and heart so that we can truly benefit from the guidance Jehovah provides. Question 13. How can we know if we have an open mind and heart? Our Bible-based response. As described in Proverbs 19 verse 20, listening to counsel and accepting discipline helps us prove that we are receptive. If we immediately reject advice because it does not match our preferences, we are imitating Rehoboam's mistake. Having an open mind and heart means being willing to consider counsel prayerfully, even when it challenges our inclinations. Question 14. When we receive advice, what must we remember? Illustrate. See also picture. Our Bible-based response. Based on Jeremiah 17 verse 9, we remember that our heart can mislead us, making us resistant to needed correction. As described in 1 Timothy 5 verse 8, spiritual responsibilities must come before material opportunities. Sometimes the counsel we least want to hear is what we most need. Accepting it shows trust in Jehovah's loving care and keeps our priorities in balance. Should I ask others to make decisions for me? Question 15. What must we be careful not to do, and why? Our Bible-based response. As described in Galatians 6 verses 4 to 5, each of us must carry our own responsibility before Jehovah. While seeking advice is wise, expecting others to make our choices undermines our spiritual growth. Jehovah wants us to think carefully and make decisions that reflect our personal dedication to Him. Question 16. What situation developed in Corinth regarding meat sacrificed to idols, and who had the responsibility to decide whether to eat such meat? 1 Corinthians 8 verse 7, 10:25, 26. Our Bible-based response. According to 1 Corinthians 10 verses 25 to 26, some Christians could eat such meat with a clear conscience while others could not. Paul emphasized that each one must render an account to God individually. This shows that Jehovah allows us to make personal choices in areas of conscience, respecting our responsibility to decide faithfully before Him. Question 17. What could happen if we just copy what others do? Give an example. See also pictures. Our Bible-based response. Based on Hebrews 5 verse 14, our conscience is trained through practice. If we only imitate others in matters like blood fractions, we risk weakening our conscience and failing to develop conviction. As described in Romans 14 verse 4, we must stand or fall to Jehovah, not by copying others' choices. Keep on seeking advice. Question 18. What has Jehovah done for us? Our Bible-based response. According to Proverbs 3 verses 21 to 23, Jehovah equips us with His word and wise counselors so that we can walk securely. He shows His trust in us by allowing us to make our own decisions. This provision demonstrates His love and His desire to see us grow into mature, balanced servants. Question 19. How can we continue to make Jehovah happy? Our Bible-based response. As described in 1 Corinthians 3 verse 7, Jehovah rejoices when He sees us mature spiritually, seek advice, and make wise decisions. Like a loving parent, He delights when we use our freedom responsibly to honor Him, proving that we are guided by love and loyalty. To benefit from good advice, why must I? 1. Be humble and modest. Our Bible-based response. As described in Micah 6 verse 8 and 1 Peter 5 verse 5, humility and modesty allow us to recognize our limitations and be receptive to counsel. Without these qualities, advice may run off like water off a stone, but when we are humble, Jehovah can guide us through His word and through mature Christians who care for our spiritual growth. 2. Keep an open mind and heart. Our Bible-based response. According to 1 Kings 12 verses 6 to 14, King Rehoboam failed because he rejected wise counsel and only accepted advice that agreed with his desires. This reminds us that to benefit from good advice, we must listen sincerely, even when counsel is difficult to accept. As described in Proverbs 19 verse 20, listening with an open heart protects us from poor decisions and helps us grow in wisdom. 3. Make my own decisions? Our Bible-based response. Based on Galatians 6 verses 4-5 and Romans 14 verse 12, Jehovah requires each of us to carry our own load and render an account personally to Him. Seeking advice is wise, but asking others to decide for us weakens our conscience. Making our own decisions in harmony with Bible principles shows maturity and demonstrates that we take responsibility for our service to Jehovah. Source: Daddy, Mommy, Doniani, and Coletni.